Good morning. Actually, it's good afternoon. It's an afternoon blood and beans today. Woke
Good
up a
afternoon.
little late. I'm here with Pockets. Shiloh is at her grandmother's house.
Sisters.
Sisters. Sorry, I thought she was bouncing back and forth.
Nope. Sit, Monica's.
Sisters exclusive. If the background music is too loud, it's too quiet. If you can't hear me, my mic is crap. Please let me know. Also, please excuse the long bouts of silence if it happens. I am still waking up.
I'm waking up and getting dressed at the same time, so...
She looks cute today. She's wearing this shirt that's moon and clouds, and it's like the face of Jack Skellington in it,
It
and like the
glows
teeth
in the
are
dark.
made out of like the trees.
It'll glow in the dark if you
Mary says
put it
hello.
in the...
Mary.
Hello. Mary? I'm
She's-
tying a tube top, so
she's-
if I sound out of breath, it's because I'm going back and forth. You know how it is trying to put on a tube top. I'm trying to tie it.
Do
Very
not
long hair.
hear the background music. I mean, I know it is still swelling, so I can always turn it up a little
Don't put
here.
it like that. That just sounds dirty.
There we go. Well, no, music swells.
No, I know.
I did just turn it up considerably. So,
I'm sorry. It's a...
yeah, shirt glows in the dark.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
So now if the music is too loud, please let me know.
Yeah, but I recently ordered a new crop top type tube top. It's got suns and moons on it, and it's black. It looks very celestial. And I'm sorry, I'm going to toot my own horn. After 5 kids, I can still wear shorts and a tube top and be happy and look good.
I mean, she's not wrong. I've shown...
I look like a teenager right now. I've gone to flea markets. And they, oh, you'll grow into it. I'm like, thanks, I'm 38.
Yeah, that was pretty
I think
funny.
my growing is done.
It was actually, it was like last year or
No,
whatever.
yeah.
I know. Well, I was trying not to age you.
It's okay.
I was saying
I'm
last
perfectly
year.
happy with my age.
But
I
yeah,
do not look 38.
This guy
or
gives her,
39.
I don't even know if it was pants or a shirt
It
or
was a
whatever.
hat.
It was a hat. I mean, he's like, don't worry, you'll grow into it. And I'm like, what? She's 38 years old. Like,
That's what I said to her. I said, honey, I'm
she's
38. I think
done. She's not gonna grow into
Yeah,
it. Grow
I'm
into
not
it.
growing.
Like,
The only things that are still growing are my boobs and my butt. That's it. And my butt shrank.
hello, dog lover, Michael Bear, formerly as well. I think
Hey,
so far
Dio.
only said hello to Mary. So, saying hello to the other joiners of the stream. How are you, everyone? Hello, Lucas. How
I'm
are
gonna
you?
go see chickens. Well, little chickens.
Oh, because we're gonna go to Tractor Supply.
Yes. Why do you think I want to go to Tractor Supply? That's like the only reason.
I was wondering why you were asking that.
And I wanted to see if they have cowboy boots.
I have to go get some money orders, and the only place I can do that today is Price Chopper, because the other grocery store that's much closer is their money order machine is down.
Down. It's gonna be down for
And
months.
of course,
because
this money order is life or death, quite literally. So I've got to go get this done after the stream. Yes, 2, but only 1 is life or death.
Yeah, one is 2 of it or not. Actually, Mary wouldn't do that. We have really awesome park owners, and they love me.
It's to make a mixture between a tank top and a bikini. A tube top is very similar to a tank top that's cut off at the belly, and the straps are like spaghetti straps
Okay.
for the tank
I
top.
can fix this.
That's a tube top. I don't even think some of them. I don't even think have straps. I think some of them are just the tube like around the back, like a bikini almost.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the picture.
I know that, but I'm not taking one right now.
I was
I'm not taking them right now. You can wait.
Oh, look, I see you.
You see me every day.
I'm on Discord.
Why would you do that? Why would you out me?
I would not out you.
Hey, Fuzzy, how are you? Happy Sunday. I'm sitting here talking with my wife, and she's threatening to out me. I don't know why.
There's still too much fucking light. There we go.
I'm still sleepy, and I drink nothing but coffee. Unless I switch to energy drinks.
It's funny. I get up and I'm decaf.
It is, but Pockets pulls it off pretty well. She's wearing tiny little jean shorts. And
There, it's on Discord.
tube top and sneakers.
Kid sneakers, too. They're a kid size 4.
Here, I'll take the picture.
I already took the picture.
You didn't
You
get
could
the
probably
whole
get.
outfit.
Oh, okay, fine. You take the picture.
Back up. Go stand over by Eastwood. There you go. Trying to not get in the mess of like the bike. But then there's the couch, and so it's kind of hard to tell. Like, what direction do I want to go with this? Keep in mind, it is Sunday morning, and like, you know, we both just woke up and have not done like much cleaning. But
Yeah,
then
I'm a terrible housekeeper on the weekend.
well, we also haven't had a child like for the weekend, so
No,
the mess is mine.
yesterday.
It's me. Yeah, the chat gets stuck on me every once in a while too. Luckily, it hasn't happened to me on stream though yet, which is pretty cool. Argent Energy would be fantastic when the Doom music kicks in.
Doom?
Argent Energy is from Doom.
Doom. Oh, I thought you said Dune. I was getting
No.
all excited.
There's
Jackass.
that's not the meme. It's not when the Dune music kicks in. It's when the Doom music kicks in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll go put on Doom and I'll turn up the volume.
I know Doom. Okay, you want it.
Guns, blood, and heavy metal. Love Doom.
Yeah, basically the same thing as the movie.
Oof. Midnight Monday. I don't know if I won't be up till midnight tonight. I have to go to work tomorrow. I have to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and like ready to go. I can't be tired or anything tomorrow.
Yeah, he says that, and I'm still getting up 2 hours before these people. I'm still getting my ass up at 4 o'clock.
I'm learning a new job,
Shut up.
which is project management. Do you want to see my notes that I've taken? The pages and pages and pages
You said
of
you
notes.
had your 4-page outline.
Yeah, I do. It's in my backpack.
I'm gonna see if. Oh yes, his brother's getting married in August. So I'm talking
Yep.
to him about his RSVP. I'm gonna try and see if Diane's gonna go. So just put stamp here and then in the thing.
Yes, how is everybody this morning? Or afternoon? Depending. Some of you, it's like midnight. How is everybody this evening? Just feels weird to me.
Afternoon. Technically. Oh.
Ah, yes. Yes, that's right. You were doing some traveling, Mary. So, yeah, I imagine your body's telling you it's one time and, like, the reality is not listening.
That's happened to me when I can't take my meds.
Basically, it freezes Dog Lover. It looks like there's nobody talking when the chat freezes. So you actually have to, like, refresh the page and you see, like, oh, all these people have been talking. Like, that happens sometimes.
It's a very windy room.
Well, drawing will help focus your mind. Drawing it's not a bad thing to do when you're taking a break from studying. It's actually a very good thing for your mind.
Yeah. Once they were like, oh, you have to study for this social studies exam. You have to study. I didn't study. I studied for half an hour, and then I was done. I aced it.
All I know is
study, you can confuse yourself.
It's been an awful while since I've been in social studies, and I'm sure things have changed.
I don't think it was. I think it
in
was,
the few
global.
decades I've been out of high school.
I think it was global, which is actually 9th grade history. Thank you. What? Check your internet.
Why? Oh.
My Chrome is not doing
Again?
anything. Oh, never mind. He came back.
Okay.
It's just Google.
I thought we had internet connection issues, which
Nah,
could happen. It happened
just
last
Google.
weekend. And it takes a few minutes for my internet to reboot when it kicks off. I don't know if they're messing with the lines. It's ever since we got this turbo internet, we upgraded our speed, and it's fast. Don't get me wrong. The internet is fantastic. It's just like, I don't know, every few days, either the plug is touchy or whatever, but it knocks out.
Oh, never mind. It can't.
And then kicks back on. And it happened last week during Blood and Beans. So it took me like 5 to 10 minutes to get back on, but I did come back.
It also happened during the week, right before he was to get home. So I'm calling tech, and I normally know what to do with this thing. What happened? The Wi-Fi just like came unplugged a little bit. I felt so stupid.
Yes, early birthday. Dog lover's birthday is August. And usually around the same weekend of the very big trip to Locust Lake.
My father's birthday is in June. He was born on Father's Day.
Hello, Sock Goblin. How are you?
Is that where all my left socks have been going?
How do you know it's a left sock?
I don't know. It's the same.
Like,
It's actually an old saying. I'm sorry. I think I probably just dated myself because I spent a lot of time with old people when I was a kid.
I mean, I like old sayings and stuff, but that one it never made sense to me. And I never heard many people say it because
I never got the.
how the hell do you know if it's the right sock or the left sock?
I never understood. You have more problems than Carter's got liver pills. Because he actually didn't take that many.
Sock Goblin says yeah. By the way.
Actually,
He knows which are the left ones.
He's
like, the left sock, it's
have a
mine.
dryer and it dies before you get rid of it, take the front panel off that fucking thing. There's all your socks. I know. I looked it up on YouTube.
Not the hugest fan of raisins.
I love
except
raisins.
chocolate-covered raisins.
I like them when they're really fresh. You get them out of the store, and they're nice
Smell
and
the
soft.
difference.
I eat them literally like a monkey, like by the handful. It's like a hobo on a ham sandwich. The hard ones that they send from the school, I don't know why they would do that because you could use them as little rockets. I put those in my oatmeal before I cook it, and then that makes them soft.
Yeah, he's running around.
Yeah, Eastwood loves running. Yeah, he needs his nails.
Pockets is standing, and he's nervous
What do you
because
want?
she's standing
What
up.
do you want? Oh, did you not get a
So he's
marshmallow?
running around
Outside?
and doesn't know what he's doing.
You want outside? Oh. We didn't do the number 2. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
This is what it's like in my house, waking up in the morning.
He's hilarious.
There really isn't much of a difference.
He is now running around the picnic table in a circle. Just running.
See, and for me, like, it takes me a while to wake up. I'm not like some people. I can't bounce out of bed with, like, the energy of the world. Like,
Some people
it takes me
you don't have
hours.
ADHD. You don't know what it's like to have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
No problem, Lucas. Thank you for stopping in. It was really nice seeing you.
Bye, Luke.
And have a happy Sunday,
Sunday.
man. I think he said for him it was Monday morning.
Oh,
So get some sleep, and
these are ones on the other side of the world.
which is kind of cool. I don't know. I've always appreciated that. Like,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's neat that, like, you know, there's people that are like next door to me that live really close, like Dog Lover actually. And there's people like literally on the opposite end of the world, like Australia, that tune in. I don't know. It's just something that's always struck me as something very special. Just find it cool. Yo, he's got a question. I have not. I will copy and paste this name and I will check it out after the stream. Go get yourself some rest as well.
He's happy now. He got to go do his number 2, and then he was like so happy. He ran back to me, and then he ran too far. He ran past the car and was like, "Whoops!" In he's got like, he was funny. He was trying to stop, but he couldn't stop because he was running so fast. He's a fast dog.
I know he is.
He's really fast. I know this because when he runs to the mailbox and I yell for him, he gets to me in like 2 minutes.
And bacon.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm listening to you.
He's the buddy dog. He's everybody's buddy dog. And it's funny because if I have company and if they're kids, he like instantly goes over to them.
I probably would not read Smile Dog, because unless I could talk to the author, like I would need explicit permission from the author in order to read Smile Dog. And that's something I don't really do much of anyway. I kind of want at least like 99% of the content on my channel to be original content. Content that you won't go to like 4 or 5 or 10 other people's channels and hear the exact same story. I don't want to keep reading the same things that everybody else does. It's actually why I started writing. So I probably would not read smiledog.jpg on my channel. There's a few stories I would. Kosciuszko, Texas. If I could get a hold of the author, if I could find out who wrote it, I would love to get a hold of him, because that's a story I would like to read on my channel. Like I said, it's few and far between. Now, as for would I write a story or make one that is about Smile Dog, already have. I live read it on my channel, looks like 10 months ago, and I also took that live reading and remixed it into a fully edited video with sound effects and music and everything else. And in fact, there's the link. The Smiling Dog by L.W. Sutton.
Smiling dog. Which is funny because like, he smiles.
I've written 3 Rake stories, maybe 4. I've written 3 Slenderman stories. I've written Smile Dog story. I've written an Eyeless Jack story. Doughboy's written a Jeff the Killer story. I've tried to touch on a lot of like the old school creepypastas. And all those stories are up on my channel except for Doughboy's Jeff story. Though I am working with a new co-author on another Jeff story as well. A different take, I guess you could say, on the origins of Jeff the Killer. Not Jeff the Killer himself. So it's a completely different kind of Jeff story. If there even is a Jeff in the story. So yeah, I try to do those things instead of just reading the same things.
You're supposed to eat all the pickles and breadsticks and leave me the checks.
Hey, leader, how are you? I love the Rake. Like I said, I've written a few. Torn Apart. Everybody really likes that story. I've had a lot of people telling me, like, you know, when I first started this channel, they really wanted that story back specifically. That's up. Dissonant Whispers in the Northern Woods. That's one of my absolute favorite stories that I've written. Honestly, if there's people that say, hey, is there a story that I could listen to sample your work? That's the story I send them to. And it's either that or a Locust Lake. But Locust Lake is something if I want them to get invested in a series. Dissonant Whispers in the Northern Woods is probably the best standalone story I've ever written, and that's a Rake story. The Fence Down the $1 Million Highway, that's a Rake story. The Top Hat, What Twisted Branches Weave, and Slim Pickens. Those are my 3 Slender Man stories. What's Eating You is my Eyeless Jack story. The Smiling Dog is my Smile Dog story, obviously. Doughboy wrote a story called Jeffrey. Oh, The Little Black Box. That's a Laughing Jack story by Doughboy 420. Which is also up on my channel. It is absolutely fantastic. That's one of my favorite stories that Doughboy has written.
Yeah, I don't do creepypasta stories. You get witchy stories from me. Like
I've done a few of those too, such as Salem's Misery. It's a witch story.
I like the story I wrote.
No, you did.
I'm sorry, I biased.
No, you did.
Or,
you did really good. I liked your story too, Cobblestones, and I still have the sequel I have to read for it as well.
And I have another one I'm writing.
It's cool.
But I stick to what I know.
Confronting Evil is now also a really good place to start. And what's really cool about Confronting Evil is that there is an entire backstory to it. Because Confronting Evil is actually a successor series to Locust Lake, because it's about the children of Shiloh. So people that do get invested in Confronting Evil, they can very easily also be, hey, where did these people come from? And then redirected to Locust Lake and have another whole 30 stories of a completely different series to listen to that is the entire backstory of their mother. So, I mean, Confronting Evil and Locust Lake, it's hard for me to pick. And that's, I guess, one of the reasons I view them as the same series. One is basically an offshoot of the other. Confronting Evil is Locust Lake on the road. And it's because I love them both equally. I don't have a favorite series, because I really love Locust Lake too. Locust Lake it's a part of who I am, quite literally. Again, those of you that know me have a little bit more explanation into that. But yes, Locust Lake is a huge part of who I am as a person. And then Confronting Evil is, well, it's Confronting Evil. I mean, I absolutely love the characters that we created. Everybody always plays their roles fantastic. Somber and Mary have completely owned their roles. And good morning, Somber, by the way. Really stepped into them and become the characters, embodied them. It's just been a lot of fun. The stories write themselves. There's always jokes and just things that you'd learn that just fall into place so perfectly. It's a very fun series to write for. It's a very fun series to create for. And I very much consider it a spiritual successor to the Locust Lake series. Yes, Dog Lover did check out episode 9 last night. I don't want to give away too many spoilers in case there are people that have not listened to the Confronting Evils yet. I don't want to throw in too much there, but yeah, there was some great reactions that I ended up getting as that story unfolded. Well, I hope that you do it, because if you do in the future, and I mean, I'm interested in just the characters that you've created, Leader, but if you do make stories in the future, please let me know. I like reading other people's creative works.
Sorry.
So please share.
Oh.
Confronting Evil can be your favorite. I have no qualms about that at all, Mary, at all. It is, like I said, I can't choose a favorite. They're both my favorites. And I love that Confronting Evil has that whole Locust Lake backstory series, which is just, I don't know, I think it's cool. I actually listened to... Part 10 is done. I stayed up. Pockets had a very rough night for one reason or another. She was up on Thursday. I had to go to work on Friday. Thursday night, she was up till 2:30 in the morning, throwing up. I stayed up with her and
He got scared.
You were very sick. I didn't sleep well. I slept till 3:30, then 4 o'clock, then 5:30, and then got up at 6:30. So I woke up a bunch of times at night, got very broken up sleep over a period of like 4 hours, and I went to work exhausted.
I felt so bad.
I drank so much caffeine on Friday. It was ridiculous.
He felt weird when he went to bed. That's his exact words. I feel so weird. So I was just like, I
OD'd on caffeine. I had to get through the day.
I was rubbing his belly.
But I came home. I power napped for an hour.
Yeah.
Got up after an hour, and I did my narrating a little bit later than I wanted to. 2 tidbits and Confronting Evil Part 10. Then, when I was done with that, I did all my acting, uploading for my videos from the previous week. Then I edited the tidbits together, got them all set, thumbnails, stuff, got those uploaded. And then I started work on Confronting Evil. I clipped all my narration, just the raw narration parts together. Found everybody's voice lines, got them all put into a folder, got everything set up for the following day. And then I got 6 hours of sleep, 5. Got up the following morning, Saturday. I mean, I did very short errands in the middle of this, but I woke up at first and just started working on Confronting Evil. And I finished it at like 4:30 in the afternoon. So Confronting Evil, the season finale, is done. I spent a really long time straight going to get it finished. Now, I usually would do that work over the course of the week, like going to work and then coming home and working on the narration part on Monday, and then sound effects on Tuesday, and then video clips and music on Wednesday, so I can have bar night with my friends on Thursday. But instead I just did it all in one go because I really wanted to hear it. So it is done. It is fantastic. I listened to it, and then I listened to part 9 again yesterday, and then I listened to part 10 again yesterday, and then I went back and listened to part 1 again yesterday because I want to start from the beginning of the series and listen to the whole thing at basically one after another because, season 1 is one long story.
It was kind of like watching The Walking Dead on the computer. Using a computer.
I find, Leader, that people are their own worst critics. I bet your work is a lot better than you're saying it is, or you even realize it is. So I really can't wait to see what you develop in the future, what you create in the future.
My dad always used to say that.
I love psychology too. It's one of my favorite disciplines.
It's an ongoing learning experience.
Yes, it's an ongoing learning experience.
Especially abnormal psychology.
Shameless plug to the CE series. Thank you, Mary, for throwing in the Confronting Evil playlist link. I honestly think that if you guys have not seen this series, that you'll absolutely love it. You could tell there's a lot of love put into it. And it was kind of funny because last year I'm like, oh, the Locust Lakes are ending. There's so many voice lines and there's so many sound effects in these stories. At least I won't have to do those anymore. It's a lot of work. And then Confronting Evil started, and it had more lines, more sound effects, and it was like guaranteed one every month. And then in 1 month you have to get 2, because it's 10 episodes over a 9-month period. Now, a few Confronting Evil plugs and some talking about some Confronting Evilness. The finale does come out on June 11th. It is very good. The entire video with all the intros and the outros and And I do encourage watch right through until the end, because there is, some more after the credits roll, stuff like that. But anyways, that comes out June 11th. It is 47 minutes long. It's almost 50 minutes long. So make sure you bring popcorn and soda and get comfy, because it is going to be a wild ride. For those of you that have listened to episode 9, you know that story started off very quickly and got very, very action heavy, and then got just crazier and crazier as part 9 went along, and then it ends. It ends right where it starts getting good, right in the middle of the action. Part 10 is, the finale is no different. It continues that level of action, obviously, like it was a break right in the middle of the climax of the story, and then has a very strong resolution to the whole season overall. I really think that you're going to end up liking it a lot. A lot of artists, and I say artist broadly, because I feel writing, character creation, music, it's art, right? It's all artistic expression of internal personal self. All artists are perfectionists. No artistic work is ever truly done. There's stories that I say, I'm done with this story. I'll go back and I'll edit it and I'll change a few things if I put it into a book, for sure. Or I'll be like, oh, no, this story is done, but then later on I'll write a sequel. Something I never expected to do, but the story continued anyway. No artistic work is ever truly done. So I get that perspective, or perfectionist mentality. It's just, as an artist, again, broad term, you have to make it a point to, at some point, just put it out there. Even if you feel it's not really quite done, quite perfect, could be improved, to just put it out there and then, later on, improve it.
It's a constructive criticism.
Yeah, but that can be hard.
Be open to.
And it can be hard, yes.
Be open to.
But that is much easier said than done.
I know that.
In order to have that, you have to have a really good handle on remaining objective, and not become emotionally involved. And just hearing the words, taking that as information, and applying it to where it should be applied.
People that try and give the advice are being mean either. They're trying to help you. So that's what I don't understand about some people. They get all offended when people give them advice. Are they calling you an asshole and saying, "Hey, dickhead"?
Mary.
They're not doing that.
By the way, I do need a story. I like to read. There's no pressure, but tidbit.
No pressure.
Tidbit length. Doesn't have to be huge. I need tidbits to read. I'm very excited to get some of these sent over. So, and I know maybe some of you are seeing that Mary has the mod wrench next to her name. That is because she has begun co-writing for the channel. There isn't anything yet in my hands that I can give out, but there is stuff on the way, and I'm pretty excited. And when I do have something in my hands, I will go ahead and make a formal channel update video. So that way, everybody understands that this is going to be a regular thing. But yes, I want to be able to start including Mary in that umbrella when I say co-authors, the channel co-authors. So that's going to be happening very soon, so just be aware that that's a coming. Oh, last night's video, Mickey's House of Pain, the intro video, the little Disney intro. Yeah, I had to. I had to. That's why I didn't even try to monetize that video. That and Haunted Mansion music, both of those things get immediately flagged. Cannot be monetized. Owned by somebody else. So it was, do I put this intro and add that song to the background of this story? Or do I leave both of those things out and monetize it? And I was just like, well, I just won't monetize it. So there might be at some point in time someone comes around and gets upset that, you know, that's up there. And hopefully they just message me and I'll take it down and put it up as a remaster without those elements. And then there shouldn't be an issue. But just be aware that could happen. But for now, I decided I was going to go all out. And if I was going to reboot it, I was going to reboot it right. So... you don't have to like jump on it. There's no pressure to rate. I'm not pressuring you. There was no formal agreement that like there would be like a quota once per week or how many per month. And you already do a lot for my channel with your voice acting and stuff like that. So don't pressure yourself. Take your time. Just know I'm looking forward to both co-written projects, Saturday length stories, and tidbits. Tidbits are what I need right now. October is where I'm scheduled out through with Saturday stories. So I don't need, I mean, I'll take them because there's going to be more days after October. There's a whole, you know, rest of the year and a whole next year that I'm going to need to get through. So I mean, I'll take Saturday stories for sure. But currently at the moment I do need tidbits. So just keep it in mind is all I'm saying. Just keep it in mind. No pressure. And I say that exactly as Somber types pressure, all in caps. No pressure. There's no pressure. I just wanted to explain. That's all. And I wanted to like introduce you. And like I said, start including you in that umbrella when I start, you know, when I say co-authors. And I think we should be to that point. So that's why I'm mentioning it. That's all. It's not pressure. Somber's just getting back at you for every time that you've yelled at him for something that I've written in a story. And for lack of spoilers, I can't say anything more than that. That is a very good song, though. So I'm glad, you know, you enjoyed the story last night, Fuzzy. I'm glad everybody is enjoying Confronting Evil. This coming weekend is Not All Heroes Wear Capes, Book 2, Chapter 5, All the Evils in the World. He deserved it. It's great. I like the little sibling love-hate relationship. You guys are always like yelling at each other. It's very funny. It's entertaining from this end. Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing either. I just hope that reminds you of the games and not the movies. Because God, no. If I spoiled anything, I did not spoil much. And haven't revealed anything for the finale. Even the trailer that I put up yesterday for the finale doesn't really reveal anything, except for it says that Cash will be in the finale, Sheriff Jesse will be in the finale, and Red Eye has a creepy voice. Oh, yes. No, you're right. I did leave I put in a episode 9 spoiler in the episode 10 trailer. So I guess don't watch the trailer if you're super worried about spoilers for Part 9. If you haven't seen Part 9 yet. If you're worried about a minor spoiler for Part 9, I guess I wouldn't really call it minor. Don't yell at me over that, Mary, please. Don't watch the trailer for Part 10 until you've watched Part 9. But you're right. I did spoil Part 9 with the finale trailer.
In 50 days, Jade is going to be having her baby. That's
cool.
Jackie's, Justin's girlfriend. You should see the ultrasound pictures that they got. I mean, and now I know why my dad used to say back then what he said. I'm not going to repeat it because it could probably trigger some things online. But these ones are they got one of the face, and like you could almost see like every detail of his or her face. I don't know the gender, but she's really excited.
No, ultrasounds now are like almost like a virtual 3D accurate representation.
I think Shiloh was waving hello when we did ours.
No, she had her back turned.
It was a
She
joke.
was turned around.
Yeah, but you saw that she was a girl before the doctor did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all this man wanted was a little girl. Let me tell you that.
I love all my children.
Yes, you do. But he's always said to me he wanted a little girl.
I love all my kids.
Then when I got pregnant, I knew it was a girl.
They're all grown. My oldest, my son, he just turned 22.
I know, my angel boy.
All my kids are grown.
Well, he's my stepson, but I call him my angel boy. I love him.
Yeah,
and he calls me mom.
I don't know.
It's
It's got me thinking about the next step. Now I'm all thinking about like retirement and putting money away so I can, put them in CDs and.
Yeah, Shiloh's 12 and blossoming like a beautiful little girl. And this kid, let me tell you, I'm so proud of her, guys. Honor roll, all 3 quarters now so far. She's got like 7 certificates that she's won. Like, this kid is kicking it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she is, and all the girls knew that. Both
She's
Monica, Sabrina
than
too.
Both Monty and Sabrina put together.
I'm not saying, because both of them are also very intelligent. Monica's like a freaking rocket scientist.
Well, yeah, that's because Monica's like a sponge. She's like
Monica was really, really, really smart when she was little too. She said some really funny things, and Brina has a lot of stuff going on that she doesn't say. She's very introverted.
I know that.
All your kids are very intelligent. Brina's very intelligent too.
I'm just saying, Jessica really isn't.
That's not nice to say about any of your children.
She's got problems.
And intelligence is more than just intelligence. There's
I understand
musical intelligence, emotional intelligence, kinesthetic intelligence. So to say somebody isn't intelligent,
I know that, but I know my daughter. She's 20. She's gonna be 22 too.
I understand that.
Holy shit!
Doesn't mean that she's not intelligent.
It's funny because his oldest was born in May.
Trailer for episode 10.
My oldest
Spoilers
was born
are
in September.
contained. Yeah, I probably should have put up a warning that there were spoilers in there, but I didn't think about spoilers for part 9. I was just thinking about spoilers for 10. And I was assuming that, most people that are going to watch that are people that are into confronting evil, and those people would have most likely have already seen part 9. And Mary, you nailed that line. You nailed it perfectly, and it needed to be in the trailer. Like, the trailer wouldn't have been what it was without that line.
I cannot wait until June 10th. Jurassic Park Dominion comes out. Just saying.
Thank you. So, I mean, that's true. Like, because I want to give some... Because I'm assuming that at that point, if you're watching the trailer for episode 10 for the finale, you're probably caught up. That you're itching to find out what's going to happen next. I mean, part 9 left off on a huge cliffhanger. So I did kind of go off of that assumption. And I haven't had anybody, like, comment, you know, like, there was a spoiler in here. Like, nobody's gotten upset yet. So I think we're okay. See, you don't know if you are or not, dog lover. And Ooh, see, I'm intelligent. I can't even speakins. I've talked to you a lot. Like, we DM a lot while you're watching Confronting Evil and stuff like that. I've talked to you. And you are very, very intelligent. Again, there's multiple levels of intelligence. You are naive in some areas. Some things are harder for you to understand, or some things you've just not heard of yet. No one's even told you of their existence. And that isn't necessarily your fault. And it doesn't mean that you're not intelligent because you didn't know them. You just weren't aware of their existence. So I think you kind of give yourself a hard time where you probably shouldn't. And again, that is my opinion.
She always does. Sometimes I want to reach across the screen and slap her.
That is my opinion.
And that's out of
And
love.
you know yourself better than anybody else. But just like I said with artistic expression, that goes for people in general. That's why you have a lot of angry people in the world, is because we judge ourselves so very harshly. And there's people that feel freaking terrible because they're always basically telling themselves that my life sucks, my life is this, my life is that. And it gets them very angry inside. And they deflect, and they place that on other people. They deflect, well, it's your fault that I feel this way. And it's that emotional attachment that keeps you from being objective and looking at the information clearly and navigating through it and through your problems in an objective way. You deal with the emotions later. You have to use a bit of metacognition, thinking about thinking. Why do I feel this way? What is a feeling? Well, feelings come from internal stimuli and information and my correlation to that information, past experiences to it. And then that feeling, that emotion, is what results in behavior. So, if you can alter how you emotionally react to things, you can effectively alter your behavior towards things.
Which takes time.
Do
not expect it to be like a light switch.
No, it takes a lot of practice and self-discipline.
Me being a mental patient myself, it's a lot of practice.
By the way, is everything that I learned in not everything, but it's something that I learned in psychology. It's something that I learned in college, and I practiced a lot, and I don't always go by it. There are times that I get emotionally invested in things.
But he's always constantly using what he's learned to help me. Like, I
typically can come out of it, and I typically recognize what I've done and say, I'm sorry I reacted like this, or wow, I'm handling this poorly. And then I'll try and do my next thing better. And I try to realize that I'm a human being, and people emotionally react to things. But again, multiple kinds of intelligence, there's all different kinds, and a lot of things can be learned. And sorry this kind of turned into Sabian psychology hour. Wasn't looking for that, but
on a nicer note, we should have kittens by Memorial Day. No, I can't mail any, please don't ask.
See, and that's the thing. It's not just differences. People are always looking at the differences in gender, differences in color, differences in height, weight, age. And no one really even talks about differences between different kinds of intelligence. People that are book smart, people that are street smart, people that they see music in colors, there's all different kinds of intelligences. Everybody's different. Everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, and instead of looking at differences and being like, why can't we all be uniform? Why can't we all be the same? The world would be boring as fuck.
Yep, Oh,
absolutely boring as hell.
You need all
Everything
kinds
would
of
be
people to
gray.
make the world
Every
go
piece of
round.
artwork would be the same. All music would sound the same. Everything would look the same because everybody would be thinking the same. It is the differences between all of us is where creativity grows.
Yep.
And if you embrace that, if you not only tolerate the differences, but if you embrace them and really enjoy, empower those differences, you can cultivate creativity. I've seen a lot of people bloom under this mentality. People that I've met, a lot of people in my, I'm in Discord a lot, in my Discord anyway, for the channel. And I try to very much employ that mentality with a lot of the content creators in there, or future content creators in there. There's a lot of people in there that have an interest in drawing and writing and creating music and all kinds of things. And if you embrace those differences and those different perspectives, I mean, that's how you get ideas. That's how you learn new information. That's how people process things, and then they process it differently in their minds in accordance with who they are as a person, and then produce that internal expression as artwork, or as a story, or as a song. And that's the beauty of artistic expression. Hello, Emily. How are you? Sorry, I was kind of going off on a little bit of a rant and a tangent there. Didn't mean to, and I don't know how, but if for some reason, because I did bring up some topics, if that offended any one of you, I am very sorry. I don't know how. If I did, please explain it to me so I don't do it again. But if I did, that wasn't my intention. I love everybody. Love you all. I mean, obviously not the most deplorable people on the earth. I've got no love for. I mean, all know what kind of people I'm talking about. Don't want to say that on a stream. But for the most part, I really do respect and am compassionate towards humanity as a whole. And yes, absolutely, dog lover. And you know that, obviously, Pockets and I support you as well with all of your endeavors. And I know your goals. And I really think you'll get there because you have the determination to do it. No problem. I woke up late too. That's why I started the stream at 12:15 instead of 9 or 10 something. Because I was up to 3:30 in the morning. After this, I gotta get money orders, and then I gotta fill out envelopes so I can put things in the mail. Oh, yay. Adulting. Mary. If I had favorites, I would never be able to admit it on a stream. No. But do I love working with you? Absolutely. Your voice work is always fantastic. You embody every character that you play. You're always prompt with sending me lines. It's fun. And we've become friends because of it. Really good friends. Somber as well. And obviously everybody else. But Somber, again, on point. I can't wait till you guys hear the finale. Just wait till you hear everybody's voice. And Mary and Somber, man, on point. On point. Cannot wait to reveal. Huh?
On the radio, they're going, there's an asteroid headed towards Earth. Are we safe? Yes, we're safe. Look it up.
Really, really great finale awaiting you all. And like I said, and everybody else that I've worked with in the past, Seraphim, Vivian Dark Angel, Ethan Blades, my wife, my daughter, Spirit Voices, Spooky Boo, As the Raven Dreams. I mean, I've worked with so many talented people. I've even done a little bit of work with, Mr. Creepypasta, and King Spook, and, some of the bigger people out there. And it's just, feel very lucky to work in such an amazing community and with so many talented people. It's been a really wild ride. Between my first channel and this one, it's been 8 years. It's been almost a decade. And it's been awesome. The support has been absolutely amazing from all of you. I've been able to publish books. I've got 8 now, and I've got another one coming out soon. Confronting Evil is getting a book. Season 1. All 10 stories from the first season are coming out in book form. And there is an exclusive story in there as well. You could call it episode 3.5. It takes place between episode 3 and episode 4. It is a Christmas themed story, so you'll get to find out what Seth and Mackenzie were doing over Christmas, because we didn't have a Christmas Confronting Evil. And it's called Unnatural Ice. I really think you'll like it if you end up picking up the book. Wanted to make sure there was something in there for those of you that did pick it up, and I will be making it as cheap as possible, just like the Christmas book was a few years back. So Kindle version will be 99 cents because I can't go any lower than that. Paperback will probably be like, I don't know, $6-7, somewhere around there. And then hardcover, I haven't tried to lower a hardcover as low as it can go. Well, the Locust Lake book, I had the hardcover set really, really low, but that book was huge. The second one that just came out this spring. So printing costs on that are going to be a little bit more. But anyways, it is going to be wicked low. And I'm probably going to end up, I don't know, I've done hoodies for Locust Lake when the first one came out, hoodies and hats. And then when the second book came out, I did a baseball cap to go with it. So with Confronting Evil, I'm thinking maybe a poster. I might create a poster and get a poster up in case anybody wants a Confronting Evil poster to go with their book.
I say roar to my dog, he drinks water.
So. That you do, but you know what? That's perfect. And again, I very much try to tailor the characters to the actors. It makes it easier for them to act. It gets them more invested. It gets them excited to get into those roles. It's funny because both Mary and Somber are actually have informed me that they are upset that they will not be reading lines for Seth and Mackenzie over the summer. Because there's a break between seasons. Confronting Evil ends in June, and it doesn't start back up again until October. So, it's, again, I do try very much to tailor the characters to them for that reason. Because when an actor gets invested in their character, they do things like this, right? They get into character when they're not doing their role, or they come up with ideas of their own for their characters, or they ad-lib, or they add emotion, where you intend it, but they pick up on that in the writing, because it's very hard to write emotion unless you're specifically writing notes and being like, feel like this and talk like this. And I'm not doing that. I'm just writing the story and I'm highlighting what their lines would be. And when they're invested in the characters, they pick up on those emotional ticks and where that character should be, because they want to bring that character to life like I want to bring the character to life. And it's a very powerful symbiotic relationship. That's, again, your love for food, Mary, your dynamics, your humor, Somber's analytical self, his love for Lovecraft and literature, and it's just I tried to play on characteristics of each of you, because as Doughboy and I were writing the stories, I was thinking about who I was going to have play him, but I didn't actually decide until I did the casting. And you and Somber were my first choices because of clear microphones, always on time with lines, really good at voice acting. I'd worked with you on previous projects through the Locust Lakes, and you played various characters through there. And it just seemed like a no-brainer. There was a momentary hesitation where I didn't want to use Somber because I really wanted to use him for something else that I thought that he would be a really good fit in a role. But ultimately I decided to cast him as Seth. Because I just couldn't think of anybody better for Seth. And he was a perfect Seth as well. So I said, oh, he's Seth. And it gave me a chance to rework the future character. And I've already cast her. And that person will be making an appearance in a later season. So I'm really happy with the way it worked out. Somber was still my first choice for Seth. I never had any other choice for Seth. I mean, obviously I've had other actors that I've worked with in the past, so I know of people, so there were lots of choices out there, but Somber was always my first pick. He was my first pick for Seth, and he was my first pick for future character, and my problem was trying to decide which one I wanted to place him in. So he ended up as Seth, and it worked out perfect. Because again, it got me to rework that future character, which is something I really can't wait to bring to the table. No, I wouldn't. There's nobody else too big. I mean, there was, but nobody I wanted more than Somber to fill that role. And it's because of those personality traits, the cadence of his voice, his personal interests, all that stuff played a role. Plus, like I said, it's not like someone that's like Officer Jesse, who's actually played by my wife, or Cash, even, who in Blades is also, he's extremely prompt with lines, his mic is clear, so it's not those things either. But these were reoccurring characters through multiple every month stories, where I'm going to need lines from you, from someone, on time, every single month. And it's a lot to take on. It's not like you guys get paid. I don't have the money to pay you. If I did, you would get paid. I don't get paid. So you guys committed to this for free. You said, yeah, I'll read all these lines. Tons. Sometimes it's a good 5-10 minutes of reading, if not more. I mean, there's 147 voice lines in the finale. 93 of those are Huck, Mackenzie, and Seth. 93. It's a lot of voice lines to ask of somebody to read and send over with a deadline and then do it every single month. And when I finally got finished with this season and said, well, you guys won't have, lines to read for Seth and Mackenzie over the summer, so enjoy your break. Their immediate reaction was, oh man, that sucks. I am actually kind of sad I don't have lines to read for Seth and Mackenzie. I actually had to promise Mary that I'll get her on other projects over the summer. Because they like these characters so much. That is fucking cool. That's really cool. So, I'm also going to go back now and read some comments. If I've gone off on multiple tangents, I apologize, and I've been kind of ignoring the chat as I've rambled. So, thank you. Dog Lover did pick up a Locust Lake hoodie. And did try to tell everybody, like, the Locust Lake hoodies are really comfy and they're really warm. Like, I literally got my Locust Lake hoodie, and I've had a favorite hoodie before, and I still have that hoodie, but then I got my Locust Lake hoodie, and it honestly became my favorite hoodie. Not just because it's my hoodie or because it's Locust Lake, but because of how comfortable it is. It literally became my favorite hoodie overnight. They are very comfortable. They are very warm, very soft. Their Amazon products are a little pricey, the Amazon merch products, but they are really good. Same thing with my t-shirt. My channel t-shirt is very comfortable, fits fantastic. I love it. So, somber stick in the mud self? Somber is just a stick in the mud. No, I wouldn't. Definitely not. I have bar night every Thursday with Somber. He's definitely not a stick in the mud. Again, it's just the personality traits and interests. It's not that you're a fast driving and reckless monster stabbing person, Mary. Though I bet you would like to kill monsters. And I don't know how you drive. Maybe you do embody Mackenzie even more than I thought. But again, it was more me just going for certain traits so that it was easier for you to connect to that character. So there may be differences between there. Like, I don't view Somber as like an overly analytical, reserved, like with the detriments that Seth has. So I guess I should say that. I'm not mirroring your weaknesses in the characters, but there are weaknesses in the characters. But the weaknesses of those characters are complemented by the strengths of the other character. So together, they have all the strength, 100%. But alone, there's deficits, there's weaknesses. That's something that I'll probably be playing off of as the whole series goes forward. It does. Yeah, I know. I actually kind of saw that too, that your first initials match the initials for the characters as well. Somber for Seth, M for Mary and Mackenzie. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. But that was also not planned. You can tell that voice acting is something that you really like to do. You and Mary both. And again, with a lot of the people that I work with, you can tell because they really get into it. And that's just, I try and play to that. It's a director's tactic. Hey, uh-oh. Somber said he's glad that she wrecked the Torino. Ooh, yep, I said it. Oh, boy. Yes, Dog Lover was very sad at that part. I was actually kind of waiting for her to hit that part. Because the car is a character in itself. Very much so. That's something I also very much wanted to drive home. Obviously, it's not their home. They have a house. But the car is a character. And I wanted, when that happened, I wanted you to feel that loss. A loss of a character. And from what I've seen, it worked. And Dog Lover, that was her baby, and Mary. I know. Yeah, I told Dog Lover that you, yelled at Somber. Or something that was written in a story. Which is just great. That's what I mean. And then, from this, other things have grown that I can't reveal yet. But you'll see them when the finale comes out. this cultivation of things. And again, with what was sent over to me, it's the same thing to me as a fan film. It's my characters, something I didn't create, something I didn't think of, my characters returning to stare me in the face. And it's pretty freaking cool. That's all I'll say. And I shouldn't say my characters, mine and Doughboy's characters, because Doughboy very much has equal share in confronting evil. He's written half the stories, and he is the one that birthed the idea for Mackenzie and Seth to begin with in Locust Lake, and had the idea of doing a supernatural-ish series with those two characters. And then, we kind of expanded it from there. We, both, I don't know who named them both. I think he might have named them both. We both had an equal share in creating the storyline. And obviously they are birthed from Shiloh. And Shiloh is my daughter. So there is some, intellectual property there, I suppose. But no, he definitely got equal share, if not more. So I cannot take all that credit. And I'm glad that you've taken to the car so much. I have. I remember when we first created it, it was Doughboy that came up with the make and model. And yes, it's not a coincidence that the 1979 Ford Torino Cobra looks awfully similar to a 67 Chevy Impala. Like, awfully similar. And he didn't want it to be black, obviously, but at night, dark teal looks black. So, it's dark teal, but most of the time it looks black. So, I mean, in a way, I claimed my daughter's theoretical children as intellectual property, and I don't think I can. Like, I'm pretty sure that, but I don't care. Honestly, man, Doughboy, if you ever hear this, I don't give a shit. That's one of the best things about working with Doughboy. It's always me literally worried about, dude, how much money do you want from this book? What do you want the percentage to be? What? And he's always, I don't care. I'm just happy to get my work out there. He doesn't care. He knows, and it's nice to know that. Doughboy and I have been friends for longer than my first channel was created. We've been friends for decades, literally. And it's nice to have a friend that knows that I'm not like that. I would never be like, no, man, that's my intellectual property. You can't. Doughboy was could do a bunch of things, and I really wouldn't care. I think the only thing we've ever argued about, or it wasn't even an argument, the only thing we ever differed on was his decision to kill off Shiloh. Shiloh was supposed to die in Locust Lake, in something woeful. If you remember the last 3 stories, something wicked, something woeful, and something wretched. In something woeful, Shiloh kills all the monsters, she kills Casper, and then at the end of the story, she fights Dr. Clark in the lake, and she drowns. And then in the next story, Todd Jacobs pulls her out of the lake and resuscitates her after she gets like a glimpse of heaven and Ray Bob and her family. Doughboy originally planned she was supposed to die there. She wasn't supposed to get brought back. Shiloh was supposed to die in the second to last story, and Seth and Mackenzie were supposed to destroy the evil at Locust Lake once and for all in her stead. Kind of like passing the torch. Honestly, looking back, in all honesty, it might have been wrong for me to tell Doughboy no. Because it would have been an actual completion to Shiloh's story arc. But I didn't want to kill off Shiloh, and I told him if he did, I would bring her back. And to tell you the truth, the way he wrote it, I probably wouldn't have, because it was a very good conclusion, and I should have just stuck with what he had planned, to tell you the truth. I am glad I did not kill off Shiloh, but it would have been a really good completion to her story arc. But now that Shiloh's not dead, we could always use that, you know, we could complete her story arc down the line in a way that impacts confronting evil very powerfully. So I'm probably going to go there. Fuzzies, take it, I said fuzzies, take it easy, have a great Sunday, be safe out there. Leaders, have a great day at work, man. Please be safe. Thanks a ton for stopping in. It's been fantastic. Wow, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. I am probably going to have this smoke, and then I'm going to close the stream out there. So probably about, 3-5 minutes. So just be prepared, and then we can all say goodbye as well. And, and thank you all for tuning in as well, and listening to me ramble until my throat hurts. Take it easy and be safe, leader. And Emily. Emily, have a great day. Oh, no. Fuzzy was saying goodbye to Emily. Emily is still here. Sorry, I misread that. This is what happens when you ramble and don't look at the chat. Just make sure I read things in order. He claimed us as intellectual property. Well, I mean, Seth and Mackenzie are Doughboys and mine's intellectual property. I don't think there's too much debate there, but, again, I am not a Nazi, or I shouldn't have said that. I am not a tyrant. I mean, I'm not what I said earlier. I just shouldn't have said that word. Anyways, but I am not a tyrant. Like I said, I embrace a lot of ideas and different perspectives, and I am fully happy with you guys, being your characters. You'll never see me being like, no, you can't be Mackenzie, while you're doing a live stream someplace else, or while you're recording for Horror Honeys, and you can't be that character there. No, that's, I didn't say that you could do that on someone else's. You'll never find that from me. By all means, have fun with it. Have fun with it. Give me ideas for things, or funny stories, or what you guys have done. Things like that. Have fun with it. That's the whole point of all this anyway, is fun. I'm not here to make $1 million. I'm not here to try and get rich. I just really, really love creating horror, and I just want to have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, and the beginning of the day, I'm a horror fan. I love horror. It's who I am. Being a creator is just... I'm a fan who gets to create. That's what that means to me. It's a really big thing to me. I'm a fan who gets to create and be that for someone else. No, never stop being you. Ever. And that goes for everybody anyway. Never stop being yourselves. But no, you can have fun with your characters. It's not the military. I love creativity. I love, like I said, bouncing off ideas and seeing what comes of those ideas. Fan projects, stuff like that. It's always wonderful. Like, I'm a huge fan of fan art. I have pretty much every fan art that anybody has ever sent me saved. Like, even like when on my first channel, younger kids drawing me, pictures on paper with a pencil. and just being like, "This, I drew this for you." I saved that. I love fan art. That's artistic expression of self, and that's literally me, my character, sociopathic, or at the time sociopathic pasta, my character being filtered through someone's brain, through their personal experiences and their own personal being, and then being interpreted and spit back out as expression. That's, again, really freaking cool. Maybe it's the psychologist in me that, sees the real beauty of that process. But it really is just fascinating and humbling. It's true. And again, I also find it really awesome when fans of stories connect with characters. I get a comment once a month, sometimes once a week. "Hey, I found you again," or "Hey, I've listened to you for a long time and I never comment," or something along those lines, and it follows with, "You've helped me out so much and you probably don't know it because I don't talk about things," or "I never said it," or "But that you may not realize, but you really helped me out in the past. You were there for me when such and such was going on in my life." And to make an impact on someone's life like that, I just write horror stories. This is dark fantasy. Never thought that this would impact people in that kind of a way. Never once. It is the one reward that I never expected. Like, I expected maybe I would get big, or maybe I would get known, or maybe I would publish books, or maybe those things would happen. Maybe people would like the work. I mean, it's a possibility. Never expected, man, maybe I'll change someone's life for the better. Something I never expected. And it's the number one reward. That is the best thing out of everything else. So, that's what this all means to me. My throat is raw. It hurts to talk. I am gonna go rest my voice, and get ready to go be an adult and go get money orders. Love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping in for today's Blood and Beans / Psychology Hour. Have a fantastic day. Be safe out there this Sunday, and hope to see you all this coming weekend. Have a great one. Love you all, and ta-ta for now. TFN.